the two stopping drivers pitted at that point. Alonso, Webber, Heidfeld, Massa and Fisichella. Fisichella, the big loser, he had to queue up behind Alonso. He dropped fourth down to 8th place at that point. Battle going on still between Barrichello in 10th place that is bound to get some resolution soon because Montoya is bound to get a little bit impatient, and Raikkonen once again is stretching his advantage. Well, we're joined in the commentary box. We're delighted to be joined up here by Jenson Button. And Jenson, Raikkonen's really, this is a key moment in the race for him now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's just under 3 seconds quicker than Alonso at the moment. I mean, that's just staggering. That's not all fuel. You know, Kimi's doing a great job out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think the Renault boys will be scratching their heads because they took a gamble on coming in with the safety car, and it could have paid off for them. But this pace subsequent to that has just been appalling and left him nowhere. I mean, give it another 3 laps, and Raikkonen will have a spare pit stop in his pocket, whatever his strategy is this afternoon. Ted has further news.
Well, Martin, I'm down here at McLaren, and they're a bit worried because they don't think either Renault has to stop again in this race. They think they were very long stops. They were timing them under the safety car. They were very long stops for both of them. They believe both Alonso and Fisichella, certainly Fisichella, is fueled to the end of the race. So that's why Kimi has to push so hard now. He needs that 23, 24 seconds in his pocket to stay ahead of Alonso.
Yes, he needs the track position, but they can also swerve his strategy as well. But yeah, so that's key. How far can he get before he has to come in? That's why he's pushing so incredibly hard. And Alonso has to respond. He's got clear air in front of him. He's got 7.5 seconds now. He's behind Trulli, who hasn't stopped yet. Trulli's the one struggling here, really, in terms of he's not fast enough on his low fuel. But Alonso has to find some speed to bring himself back into contention.
Well, I'd be surprised if the Renaults could go through to the finish. They pitted on lap 25. That was when the incident happened up at the Mirabeau. And even with a few laps behind the safety car, I think it's asking some to get through to lap 78. Well over 100 kilos.
Plenty of wear on those rear tyres, Luke Jensen, already.
Yeah, you can see the camber as well on the tyre. Yeah, the camber there. Quite a bit of wear. And you're saying about the fuel stops, I mean, he's going to have to do 53 laps on this fuel tank, which I can't really see that happening.
And well, he may be very, very heavy, although Alonso now down into the low 1 minute 18, still losing 2 seconds to Raikkonen. He's now 27 seconds behind. Raikkonen's going to have the cushion he needs in the next lap or two.
In the pits, Jacques Villeneuve dropping down the field as a result. He's now 12th at the moment on the road. This looks like enough fuel to get him through to the finish. Let's look at the nozzle onto the car. The tyre wear looks okay at the front, certainly, on Villeneuve's car.
That personality, isn't it? No, he's a good guy. You know, to start with, had a lot of publicity when I came to the team, and he found that quite strange because it was his team pretty much. You know, he'd been there since the beginning. But after a few races, there's a lot of respect between us. He's a good guy to work with.
So Villeneuve currently running down in his pit stop though now, included in that Raikkonen lap 39. Had a 28-second lead over Alonso last time he crossed the start-finish line. It's working beautifully for him now.
It really is approaching half distance then in this Grand Prix. And absolutely beautiful. It's fantastically supple, this car, isn't it? You watch it, particularly through the swimming pool complex. I was down there watching Saturday morning practice. It just floats those curves much nicer than all of the other cars. It's a wonderful, wonderful car that they've come up with this year, McLaren. They were unlucky to start as Montero comes in for his first pit stop of the afternoon. McLaren were unlucky at the start of the season, right, and they lost second place in Malaysia when the tyre valve failed. And, but for a few incidents like that, Raikkonen would be right on Alonso's tail in the World Championship. Jarno Trulli pits from second place in the Toyota. That releases Alonso, albeit that he was 9 seconds behind the Toyota, so he wasn't exactly being held up by him.
Fastest man on the racetrack is Michael Schumacher. He lost out heavily in that by running into the back of Coulthard and pitting. The safety car deployed quite late. Instead of being up there, say P6, he ended up losing that, coming out just behind the safety car and getting shuffled right down the pack. Worked out very badly for him. Otherwise, Michael would be in actually quite a handy position now, especially given the lap time.
Trulli rejoins 11th, just behind teammate Ralf Schumacher, who has not made a pit stop. Neither has Liuzzi, who is 10th. Barrichello and Montoya going very long in this Grand Prix as well, 8th and 9th at the moment. And Raikkonen, of course, course, the race leader yet to make his first stop, but that must be coming up in the next 5 or so laps, I would have thought. Jordan virtually parking to get out of the way of this scrap. Webber's doing well, isn't he? Said this morning it was the strongest weekend that Williams have had so far this season, and there's no doubt about it that he seems to have more race pace than he's had in any of the trophies so far. Still looking for his first podium in Formula One as Michael Schumacher sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. First man to break under the 1:16. He's flying.
Where's he been hiding that all weekend, gents? Where's that come from?
That's really surprising, considering that they've fueled the car as well. And it's not. No, it's very impressive. Obviously, the Bridgestone tyres are working better than anyone thought they would do.
The track rubbers in heavily, doesn't it? We've had 16, 17 cars going around there for 40 consecutive laps, and all of a sudden they're driving mostly on Formula One rubber.
Yeah, but it's mostly Michelin rubber. A lot of the top cars are on Michelin, so normally the Michelin car gets much better throughout the race.
It's a bit like what we saw in Imola, isn't it? It was just after he was refueled that Schumacher put in that amazing sequence that got him up. Podium positions, had 13. So clearly this car works very well when it's full of fuel and the tyres have had a bit of life, but they just can't seem to get it to work in any other set of circumstances.
What do you think to that? Raikkonen's just beaten Michael Schumacher's 15.9, only by a fraction. Schumacher responds from 13th place with a 1:15.8. It's a pity they're not at the front fighting each other, isn't it? But a stunning speed from Michael. But talking of that, what did you think about him running into the back of Coulthard? It looked a little bit surprising, didn't it, that he didn't see that one coming up?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is in that corner, you've got a wheel which is off the ground, the inside front. It's off the ground towards the end of braking, a little bit of understeer. It's very difficult to get on the brakes a little bit harder and stop yourself running into the back of someone because you're running so tight.
Yeah, David explained he could actually physically see the guy spinning, and obviously Michael was unsighted behind his rear wing. But Alonso's lead, a deficit now to Raikkonen, 35 seconds. It's in the bag for Raikkonen. If he can clearly stop just once and get to the end of the Grand Prix. Looking very handy, providing he's got reliability.
So lapping 2.3 seconds, a lap slower than Raikkonen, but of course Raikkonen is due a fuel stop. McLaren mechanics are out in the pit lane, ready for their man, so I think the race leader...
That's why they DC Predator too strong, bro.
He has just made his first stop, probably the only stop of the afternoon. There is the race leader then, Kimi Raikkonen into the pits, 34-second lead, Ted Kravitz.
His tyres looking great condition. They're just clearing some of the rubbish out of the radiators. He's happy with the balance. They're not making any change to the fuel pressures. And there we go. That's a good stop by McLaren for Raikkonen.
He'll be easily in the lead, maintain his lead, because Alonso's pace has just disappeared somewhere. He's had no chance since he stopped after that safety car thing. We have had a Minardi crash, and there must have been a lot of debris over the racetrack, so hopefully we're not seeing early signs of slow punctures or something. But
Kimi Raikkonen has just made a pit stop. He is racing against Giancarlo Fisichella for the victory. Fisichella then is back into the lead. Raikkonen is second. Mark Webber, having a fantastic drive this afternoon, is in third place. Alonso has leapfrogged Button into fourth. Button then down into fifth place. Coulthard has got himself in front of Michael Schumacher and Ralf Schumacher. So the Red Bull Racing team having a terrific afternoon, and Coulthard clearly inspired here.
So even if I died, it was a one. There we go. I like the way this
Literally,
person
no
thinks.
back support anymore.
The auto died corrective action.
Builds do we have? How many builds do we have? We got 3. I don't really want to play Sadako again. Plastique, do you want me to play Sadako again or not? I don't really want to play Sadako again. It's up to you. Plastique, do you want me to play Sadako again or not? It's up to you. What's your opinion on Bloodhound? Shit. Shit. Not good. Hey, Gorilla, what's up, dude? All right. Well,
hello.
Plastique has not got back to me. We will leave this build on in case
I'm going to
she
play
changes,
for revival
like,
in the gauntlet.
Okay, we got to reject this hatch. Freddy was Stibiffle.
They're missing someone, and I'm like, Well, you know what? I want more experience, and I'm not that good, so you know.
got this, I believe.
I'm better than them, but worse than most comp players, so it's fine. I'll be perfectly suited for revival. Is there practice today?
I don't know. Got a pretty disgusting build here, bro.
Varsity said he'll be here. That's
So, Survivor roster for this week is you, Varsity, Banky, Wisdom, with Banky on the Plague and Solar on the Cenobite.
You can do Doggo's build?
I was just told off by Onryo that I held W too much at Midwich that he sent us to.
For learning how to track
yeah, just don't hold W on Midwich.
He slugged for 4.5 minutes, then gave the other person the hatch.
You did.
Because
according
to him, holding W is trash.
What are you talking about? There's no play with your
Right. Makes sense.
We had an AFK person, and we still did 4 gens.
Yes, we are live. Not at all? Okay. Then I am going to go to Midwich. What are you billion? What are you billion, sir? Oh, that's spicy. What's your billion? Billy who? You want Billy on your Swift too? I want Billy on my damn Swift. No Billy? No, we're doing build requests now. Build requests are live, man. I think we all... Damn it, Zep. That is not how this works. Okay. We've been over this, man. Reject.
Should actually go practice, but I don't know builds.
Let's just say they're not good, but Techno is worse. Like, Techno was killing for the Gauntlet its P had on FCC. And the best result he got is
Let's see what we can do.
2K8.
Against them?
You don't want to play?
Yes.
You don't want to play because I sent you to this map, do you? Alright, bro.
I made someone leave VC because they got upset with what I told them. FCC. This dude is daily working a Gen in 1. Nina is getting chased in main. For some reason, he decides to leave 1 and run towards main as Deli at the beginning of the game when Nina is first chased. So he had Cage's Nina starts chasing. What?
DC.
Oh, in your pub?